Good morning everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Paris. I'm currently in my first year of engineering at McMaster University. So as you can tell from the title of this video, this is a productive reading week video. So essentially even though it's reading week, have a ton of stuff to do. I actually have to get all my work done before Friday because I'm going to Waterloo for the conference on sustainability and engineering, and really the conference is going to take up my whole weekend, so I'm not going to have any time at all to do any work. And then Sunday night I'm going to leave the conference early to head back to McMaster to kind of just like tidy my stuff up, do a little bit of last minute studying for math, and then go to bed and be refreshed and ready to go for my 2 tests on Monday. Here is the reading week to-do list. Study for linear algebra, macro chapter 7 readings, and chapter 7 assignment, which is the thing that I fell behind on. CO3 practice, which is CADing. 3D modeling because I have my test on Monday. Zero Waste McMaster presentation. I have to meet up with one of the other members of the team to work on that because we're hosting a workshop once we come back from reading week. And chapter 8 readings are due like the Tuesday we get back, so ideally I'd like to get that finished before. And then just other like miscellaneous stuff, again, the macro chapter 8 assignment due also on Tuesday. Facts for Engineers Without Borders because we're running an event for that happens after reading week. And then of course after that we have MATLAB B3, just a bunch of things, but the main thing is study for linear algebra because my midterm is coming up. It is currently 2 o'clock. I'm just taking my dog out for a 15-minute walk, and I'm going to head back, do about an hour and a half of studying, and then my friends are coming over at 4 o'clock. He just barked at another dog, and now I'm very embarrassed.
We made cookies and we made pasta. Call us chef. Yes. Call Ramsey up.
So we are done our mac and cheese. How does it taste?
Really
It's amazing. We must add chili powder.
Chili powder, garlic powder, pepper.
Garlic powder, that's a must. The recipe will be linked in the description below if you guys want to try it out.
It's an original, so copyright.
I don't know how this camera works. Oh my god. One less problem. Coconut is eating baby. Okay, I'm Aya, whatever you want to call me, and this is Saka.
Hi.
I'm in first year Med Sci Western and Western.
So the next morning at 8 a.m. I hopped on a bus back to McMaster. It was really hard to work, so I kind of had the mouse resting on the laptop, which was on my lap. Despite the uncomfortable working position, I was able to finish one practice lab for my CO3 class. Then I proceeded to get stressed as I realized we had a materials midterm on the 9th, as well as a calculus midterm the day we were supposed to get back from Winter Nationals for tennis. But that was cancelled 2 days before the tournament due to COVID. And of course, another linear algebra midterm on the 23rd. You're probably like, Paris, why are you back at Mac? It's reading week. And Kyobin, I know Kyobin, if you're watching this, you're going to be very disappointed in me. The reason I'm back is because I actually forgot my iPad in my dorm room, and my iPad has all my notes in it for macro, for linear algebra, and I've got a midterm on Monday for linear algebra, and I have to make my macro notes. So I came back to get my iPad. I'm actually walking back from ETV to my room because I just went to the IAIs for CO3 because I've got a CO3 test when I get back on Monday. And so I was like, well, I'm back at Mac for an hour and a half, and may as well go ask them if I did my assemblies right or not. So they just checked that because they're still working this week. So yeah, I got that done, which is good. I think I'm done practicing for CO3, so I don't have to worry about that course anymore. Okay, so it's currently exactly 11:30. I've got about 15 minutes to clean my room, and then I'm gonna head to the student center, grab lunch, and then hop back on my Greyhound back to London, which is at 11:55. Actually, the first thing I'm gonna do is fold my clothes, my laundry that I haven't folded yet. So yeah, I just have a bunch of like socks that I just haven't folded, so I feel like that would be good to fold. That actually might take up my full 15 minutes of time, which is totally fine because this needs to be done. And we are done. Look at that. All my socks beautifully folded. Somehow we are late again. It's 11:47. My bus is at 11:55. I haven't gotten lunch yet. I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't know if it's going to be late like it usually is, but it's also during reading week, so there's no one here, so I don't know. Currently 6 o'clock. I didn't really get home till 3:20. As soon as I got home, I realized I left my glasses on the bus, so we had to go back to the station to go check the lost and found. Thankfully, my glasses were there, so I got them back. And then after we went to pick up my glasses, we went to Costco because I needed to get my passport photo taken. And then while we were there, my mom just did some grocery shopping, which took some time as well. So I didn't get back home till about 5 o'clock. And then I just made dinner, so I'm going to eat that in a bit. But I'm going to do some work first because I'm not hungry yet. And then eat dinner, walk my dog, go back to do some work. Guys, after 2 hours, I have finally understood why the determinant is equal to 0. That took so long. Good morning. It is Wednesday, and I am going to do a bit more work. It's currently 10:30. I started working at around 9 o'clock, so we're gonna keep going. I am just at a roadblock right now because I do know how to do diagonalization, like I know how to compute the matrix, getting the eigenvalues and the eigenvectors, but I don't understand what is going on geometrically, and that's something that's really driving me crazy right now. Just because the way I study, and I'll probably make a separate video about this, but the way I've studied ever since grade 9 is trying to understand the concepts instead of memorizing how to do the problem. I started doing this topic last night and I still don't get it. I'm also just really confused because I'm using 2 sets of notes right now to study. I'm using the notes I actually took with my prof, and then I'm using another prof's notes, but the other prof doesn't really touch on linear transformations, but my prof does go into depth about it. So I wonder if it's like really necessary for the test. I know it's obviously good if I understand conceptually and geometrically what's going on when you diagonalize a matrix, but I have been just looking at this topic for so long that I think I might just accept that I won't fully understand it right now and come back maybe at the end of the course when I actually know a bit more about matrices. So I think I'm just gonna stop here because otherwise I'm just gonna drive myself insane by not understanding this topic.
1, 2, 3, go!
It's really good. What is it?
It's called in Arabic. I don't know what it's called in Arabic. I forget. But it's rice and grape leaves.
We are heading to, told you I needed to end the vlog for tonight.
Yeah, we're heading to where Safa parked.
An affiliate college university.
It's called Brescia.
For only females.
Just had to throw that in there.
Here's Ivy, where I'm gonna end up
Okay.
in 2 years.
What happened to
My
med school?
AEO. I actually don't have an AEO.
Gonna drop these girls home.
Yes, we're hoping she didn't get a parking ticket.
Yeah, I really hope so.
My hand is frozen, but today is Wednesday. 2 more days.
19th.
Yes, 2 more days of grind, and then I'm off to my conference. We will see you tomorrow morning for another day of grind. Good morning, guys. It is currently 8:30 on Thursday, February 20th. So this morning I spent about 20 minutes just cleaning my room, and also about 10 minutes cleaning through my iPad, just because I noticed that space was getting low. And while I was cleaning through my iPad, I opened the Apple News app, which I've literally never opened in my whole life. And I was just kind of scrolling through because I'm trying to read more news articles. I'm trying to just read more about the world and just educate myself more that way. But I came across this really cool article that I want to share with you guys. So this is the article. I'll put a link in the description down below. But it talks about green gentrification. Now, personally, I had never heard of the term gentrification, let alone green gentrification before. And so for those of you who don't know what it is, or maybe you all know, I don't know, maybe I'm just uneducated, but green gentrification, I just searched it on Google, is a process in which cleaning up pollution or providing green amenities increases local property values, which attracts wealthier residents to a previously polluted or disenfranchised neighborhood. The issue with gentrification, and green gentrification in particular, is that when cities build green infrastructure to help fight climate change, for example, like buildings that can fight sea level rise, which is obviously good for a city because we are going through a climate change crisis right now. When cities do this, even though it's good, only certain people can afford it. So what they're doing in these big cities is they're putting these new buildings in areas that once had affordable housing. So for example, on waterfronts, actually not a lot of rich people want to live there because there's a lot of pollution and like dirty water. When they put this new green infrastructure near the waterfronts, now it just increases the whole like overall property value, and so people with higher incomes start coming and start purchasing this property, which drives out the lower income families because they can't afford this new green infrastructure. This last line of the article I'd just like to share with you guys. It says, climate change is going to cause problems for everyone. It only makes sense that the solutions are for everyone too. And there should be some kind of policy in place that will ensure that people get to keep their homes, right? Even though their income level may not allow them to afford this new infrastructure technology. A really cool article. Definitely recommend you guys give that a read. It only took me about 5 minutes to read. But yeah, lots of things happening in the world.
Destinations for investment in luxury real estate.
It's currently 4 o'clock. I just finished all my notes for this test. I've done all of that. I'm really happy with that. I've got about 2.5 hours before I'm going out to dinner, so I'm gonna try a practice test. Usually the first one is really rough. I usually always get like 50-60% on the first one, but then I like to do about 2 or 3 before the actual test. So I'm gonna do one right now, and then I'll probably do another one on Sunday, and then another one on Monday. So yeah, wish me all luck on the test.
A few moments later.
I was gonna do this test as like a legit test without my notes, but then I started doing it and I just literally couldn't remember any of the properties of traces or transpose, inverses. And so I started looking at my notes and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do this test with my notes. And so I'm actually like putting some of the questions in my notes because I think they're really good to have. I will do like a legit test probably on Sunday or something, maybe Saturday, I'm not sure. I just finished the test. It was out of 23. I got 22 out of 23 using my notes.
There was one question that I didn't get. It's because it has to do with the conceptual understanding of diagonalization, which I didn't even think we were going to be tested on. But it looks like I'm going to have to go back and review that. It's 6:41 right now, so I need to eat dinner and then go to Eastside. Basically, my mom made balls and I really want to eat that, so I'm just going to order like a dessert at Eastside. This is so good. It's vegetarian balls, so there's tofu in it. What else, Mom? Mushrooms? Mushrooms, egg, cabbage, which is why it's not vegan, cabbage. So good. Alice, these are for you. Oh my gosh.
Hey, I gotta be on the vlog.
She's vlogging. Like all your food. Ooh. Oh, how much? Wow.
Let's have a salad.
Wow, wow. Oh no, it's not focusing.
She looks good. Wait.
Wow. We are currently outside of Tim's and we are waiting for Isha because she gets off work at 10, so we're gonna pick her up. It's currently working, as you can see. She works at Shoppers, which is across the street. I don't think you can see that right now. We were at the mall before. I bought a whiteout at the mall because that's exciting.
Don't like you and she likes everyone. And I never like to admit that I was wrong. That I've been so caught up in my job. Didn't see what's going on, but now I know.
So clearly in that last clip I was not in my mental state that I normally am. I would just like to clear up the air. I would just like to clear up the air and just say for a fact that I am not that drunk person in that video. I am not drunk. I am currently not under the influence. I have never been under the influence because I'm a good Muslim girl.
Are y'all listening to this?
Paris, delete that clip. But keep this clip of me saying delete that clip in the video so it looks like we have some tea going on.
Yeah, no.
Outfit of the day, guys. Okay, bye. This is tofu, mushroom, lettuce, soup, carrots, and what is this? Is this couscous and rice?
小米和大米。
xiaomi和大米. Little grain and big grain. Direct translation. Okay, hello guys, it is currently Friday. I didn't really do much this morning because I didn't get to sleep till about 12:30 last night, so I was really tired, woke up later than usual. I'm going to pack my stuff for the conference and just pack my stuff in general to go back to Mac because I'm going directly from Waterloo, which is where the conference is held, back to McMaster. I won't have time to come back. We're leaving in about 40 minutes to go to the conference. We are in the car right now and I'm just looking at the schedule that we were given, the program essentially for the conference. Everything looks super cool. This conference, I'm really excited. It's like pretty much a zero waste conference. They're even asking the hotel to remove the free shampoo bottles and soap bars that you would normally get. All the food at the conference is going to be vegan. I'm not vegan, but pretty cool still. But it's just all around just a very, very interesting conference that is right up my alley. Sustainability and engineering, two things that this channel is about. I'm not sure how much I'm going to actually vlog. I might get a few clips of the conference. I am taking advantage of this hour-ish car ride to work on economics. This is macroeconomics, which I'm very behind on, so I need to catch up on that. So we've been working on this for an hour and this is how much I got done. Just about a page. In terms of page numbers of textbook, read 5 solid pages. That is pretty good, and I'm saying we because my mom is actually reading it with me because she likes to learn, which is awesome. And so we both think this stuff is really interesting. It's macroeconomics, which is way more interesting than micro. This is a bag that we got. This is the other swag, the sustainable swag, which I didn't get a chance to open to now because I got here kind of late. What is this? A wheat straw mug. This is the thing that we're talking about, right?
You want to bring that down to drink coffee?
I don't drink coffee though.
I might have to drink coffee.
Okay, this is useful. Wait, no way. Promoting their master's program. Also, these are our lanyards. Pretty cool. The lanyard itself was donated from last year's conference, so they didn't have to order new ones. And then this is made out of balsa wood, laser printed. It's currently 11 o'clock. We just got back from all the programming. We first had like the opening ceremonies where they just kind of talked about the conference and what we're going to do the next couple of days. And then we went to Evolve 1, which is one of the few buildings in Canada that actually produces energy rather than consuming it. We had dinner there, just kind of like mingled around, met new people, and then we went on the tour of the building and they just kind of talked about how the energy consumption, or energy production I should say, works. I personally didn't really understand what was going on because the tour guide was talking really quietly, and they're also using terms that I like didn't know about. Terms like DC, AC, and I know what they stand for, but I don't know how they work, and so I was really confused. The majority of people here seem to be upper years, and they all seem really shocked when I say I'm in first year, and I don't know, I feel a little bit judged for being in first year. I'm kidding. But yeah, most of them are in upper years, but it's really cool talking to upper years just because I really only get to talk to first years back at Mac, so it's good talking to a variety of people. I wanted to get some work done tonight, but basically after the tour, we went back to campus, University of Waterloo campus, and we did a scavenger hunt. So that was a little wild. We went back, my team, we went back to the hotel. The upper years, they got like their coveys. I put on 2 pairs of coveys because that was like a checklist item for the scavenger hunt. Our team actually won first place, and so what we got was this University of Waterloo emblem. This is apparently highly valued, so I'm going to keep this.
So the next morning we got breakfast and then hopped on a bus to campus to start the sessions. The first session that I went to was the REAP house, which is a demonstration house that was retrofitted in Waterloo. Next I learned about the passive house standard, which is a standard for energy efficiency in buildings. Then came a really cool presentation on sustainability in urban engineering. EnviroStewards is a company that focuses on root causes rather than symptoms when it comes to dealing with food waste, and the University of Guelph came to talk about how we can lead sustainable change on campus. On Sunday morning, the co-founder of H2O for All talked to us about water sustainability. Then was a really cool session about amphibious architecture. And finally, I took the LEED certification course. Okay, this I thought was super cool. So there were these little cards that told you the carbon footprint of that particular food item. This way you could kind of see what kind of impact you were having by choosing one food item over another. Overall, such an amazing conference. I learned so much more about sustainability and had really awesome conversations with the people there. So thank you CSE for hosting such an amazing conference.
Hi guys, it is currently 6:10 on Sunday night. I have not vlogged at all, and I'm really sorry about that, but it's just like, I don't know, I feel like at this kind of conference it's kind of weird to vlog just because you're meeting like so many people and the schedule is like pretty jam-packed, and I would say there's maybe like 10 minutes in between sessions to kind of like just talk to other people. So I just went downstairs and I said bye to the people I met here because everyone else left for the banquet. I am going back to McMaster because I have to go back, clean my room. I do have a midterm tomorrow, so I want to do like a practice test tonight for linear algebra. My parents are coming in 20 minutes. What I'm going to do is just grind out some macro because I'm still not done chapter 7, which was supposed to be, I was supposed to read it and make notes for it before reading week, but I didn't do that yet. So I'm going to do that. I'm currently in the car, grinding it out before we get to Mac Econ. Okay, hi guys, it is 7:30. I just got back to Mac. I went to Centro, grabbed dinner, ate that really quickly, and now I'm going to start a practice test. I really want to do one practice test before I go to bed tonight, and then I'm going to do one more tomorrow morning, but it won't be in the vlog because the vlog is going to end tonight. I am editing this video actually like 2 months later. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like I probably see myself realistically posting on this channel every 2 weeks, and that is what I'm gonna aim for. Obviously it hasn't been happening, but that's my goal for the channel. But getting back to the point, I was editing this video and I realized I never did an outro, and that is because I did the practice midterm and I did terrible on it. I basically, I did it without my notes, and I just bombed it. I don't remember what I got, but I knew that I was very, very sad on Sunday night because I just did not do well in the practice midterm. If you're wondering how I did on the actual midterm, I also did not do very well. I didn't do, like, I passed, but I certainly didn't do what I wanted to get. But that's honestly okay, because would I have done better if I hadn't gone to the conference? Absolutely. But would I have traded the conference experience for a better mark? No, absolutely not. I genuinely learned so much at the conference, and it's one of those experiences that you just can't trade for marks. Yes, I did bad on that midterm, and I'm totally okay with that because I learned so much at the conference, and I think that is way more valuable. And my marks don't define who I am, and it shouldn't define who you are either if you're watching this and stressed about school. Just know that. I kind of just wanted to finish off the video by saying, yes, we are in quarantine. Yes, the world is a little bit chaotic right now, but we've been given more family time. We've been given an opportunity to really embrace the digital world and to really maintain relationships that way. We've been given so much more time, and I think it's more important than ever to use that time towards something that's worthwhile. Maybe reach out to a friend that you haven't talked to in a while. Spend that time with family, with your dog. Pick up a new hobby, or maybe go back to an old hobby that you really found joy in but didn't have time to do before because of school. There's so many ways that you could spend the time, and just really cherishing and just being grateful for the time that we have been given. I personally, as far as I'm concerned, don't have COVID-19, and I'm very grateful that I don't have it and that nobody I know has it, but I'm praying for everyone out there who may know someone who does have it or is struggling with it themselves. I'm praying for health for the world. Yeah, there's a lot of bad things going on, but I think during a time like this, good things can come out of it too. It just really depends on how you look at it and the perspective that you have. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any questions about anything in the video, like the conference, or if you have questions for me in general about school, if you're in grade 12 applying to universities, feel free to DM me on Instagram if you have more specific questions, or just leave a comment in the comment section down below. As I said, I have more time now, and I would gladly help you guys if you are having trouble with choosing a university or anything else that you want to talk about as well. So thank you again for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next video.